Alright, so welcome to episode 4 of the MaxBloom versus the High Bay LED. And you can see today, if you've noticed from the last video, if you've been following along, that I have raised this light up a little higher than it was before. And that is because I have got myself the proper potentiometer right here for dimming this light down appropriately. Talk about that in a second. First I want to talk about the plants. This is going to be kind of a short video. There's not a whole lot of difference in the seedlings, as you can see here from the left and the right. The only thing I'm starting to notice, and it's not significant yet, is the over under the MaxBloom side, the seedlings appear to be just a little bit shorter, ever so slightly, and obviously that would be due to the excess of blue light compared to the white light over here. How is that going to translate later on? I'm not sure. We'll find out, obviously. But what I wanted to talk about, what I did here with the light, is most importantly, what I wanted to do with this experiment is try to cover everything to make it fair, at least as fair as it can be, since this is not really an apples to apples kind of a thing. But what I've done actually is I've taken my watt meter and measured what the output of that is at 50% on the veg cycle, and it is 36 watts on the veg cycle at 50% output. So what I did is since I got the new dimmer here, I matched that on this light. So this light is also consuming exactly 36 watts. Now, in a lot of cases that doesn't matter so much. What matters is measuring with the light meter to make sure it's the same for both sides. But the reason why you're seeing this light is lower at the same wattage is just simply because this over here has 90-degree lenses on them, so it's a more focused light, and this here has no lenses on it at all. If I can get it to show, it's pretty much just diodes, and they are, it's just diffused light for the most part. So obviously this is going to have to be lower than that to get the same light output at the plant canopy here. But what I want to do in this video is basically just give a quick shout out to a few subs here. I've replaced the black plastic with this, it's a visor for a car, or a sunshade that goes in your windshield. I have actually used these before in grow tents, but this tent is a little bit larger than what this covers, but that's okay for this situation, I realize, because what I'm actually going to do is leave the door open and push this all the way to the back, and the gap that would be in the front doesn't matter because there's nothing for it to reflect off to go this way. So I wanted to give a shout out to Hidden Harvest Grow Lights for reminding me to use this, because as I'm getting older and getting more swamped with daily activities, it's hard to remember things anymore. And then over here with the potentiometer, that would be Stabby McStabwood for my sub, who I think mentioned about the potentiometer. The one I was using before, let me grab it here. It's this one here. This is actually only a 10 kilo ohm potentiometer, and I did not really realize that when I bought it off of, I think it was Amazon. That one is 100 kilo ohm, but it is actually 110 when I measured it. And right now it's working. I can dim it all the way down to almost completely dim to almost, well, actually all the way bright. And I wasn't thinking of that. I have an electronics background degree, and I also work in communications, which is kind of funny that I didn't think of that. My mind was thinking that if you have zero resistance, kind of like if you have a normal dimmer switch on your house, the more resistance you put, the dimmer the light gets. It's the opposite of that when it comes to drivers for LEDs. So the more resistance you have, the brighter the light will be, because it's just opposite that way. That's just how it works. Because if you take the wires at the top there and short them out, zero resistance, the light will be very, very dim. And I did not pick up on that previously. So that's it for episode 4. I hope that was helpful. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in episode 5 in probably a few days from now. Thanks for watching.